Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining. Today we will finish this part of the manga. We are reading One Piece together, in case you shouldn't know. And we try to read it in Japanese and translate it. Now this one is just the first chapter of the book 1. For the other chapters I have to purchase it, which I don't plan to do. But we will start with the second book. So let me know what you think about that, if you agree, or if you have some other solution. But for now, we want to finish the first chapter of the first book. So let's start. Junengo, after 10 years or 10 years later. Toto ishaimashita ne, sonsho. Toto means finally or at the end. And then we have a verb, we see immediately what it means. It means to go, but it's not like just iku. It is ichaimashita, just mean to went, to leave. So he finally left. The ne at the end, it's a typical ending for he left, didn't he? So desu ne. And then chief of the village. Samishi kunaru wa. Samishi, we had many times. It means lonely. And then naru, to become. It will become lonely. The ku makes it to become, and then the adjective. Now we have here a word in katakana. I looked it up. It's hatsu. It's the heart. So I looked for other translations, but I only found that. You can let me know in the comments below if you have another translation. So, mura no hatsu ja kaizoku ni naro nanzo. So it's not hard to translate if it's really hard. So the heart of the village, kaizoku, pirate, ni naro nanzo. Again, we have this kind of typical old man speech. It means he becomes a pirate, it seems. Honki de itshimau to wa na. Honki de, it's almost like honto, like really. And then again, another variation of iku, he really left. Kyo wa funa de biyori dana. Kyo, today, wa, it's a particle. And then we have the vocabulary for setting sail or leaving by ship, funa de. And then we have biyori. Biyori means just good or ideal weather. Da from this. So today is perfect weather for setting sail. And the monster is back. And the bubble says, Detaka kinkai no nushi. The verb comes at the end. But here we have it switched around. So detaka, you came out or you came. And then kinkai. Kinkai means coastal waters. No, possession or describing something. And then we have nushi. It's like main, it's not king. It's more like the main chief or the ruler. It can mean many things. So I think he wants to say, you came out, sea preacher. Aite ga warukatta na. Aite we had before, it can mean like companion or partner, even opponent. So warui is like bad or foul or such a bad opponent, such a bad guy. Junin kitaeta ore no waza o miro. So we start from behind. Here it makes more sense. Miro, from miru, to see, to look, to watch. So what will he watch? And then waza, which means technique. Then we have the no, ore no, my. And then we have even another explanation. 10 years, kitaeta. Kitaeta comes from kitaeru, which means to train or to discipline, to forge, to drill, stuff like that. So I think he wants to say, check out my technique I trained 10 years for. And then he's like, gomu gomu no pisutoru. No translation needed. And then, omoi shitaka sakaname. The verbs we have here, I think we know them all because they come quite early in the normal teaching books. So the first one is to think, and the second one to know. Altogether, it is omoishiru, to realize, to understand something really well in one's brain. Sakana, fish. Me at the end can mean like damn or bastard. So remember that good, you damn fish. Mazu wa nakama atsume da. Junin wa hoshina. Junin wa hoshina. Mazu means first or firstly. And then we have a vocabulary from 2 weeks ago. Nakama. Nakama is the crew or the group. Atsume da. Atsume comes from atsumeru, to collect together, to assemble. So first, the assembling of a group. 10 people wa hoshina. Hoshi, to want something. So I want 10 people. そして kaizoku ki, and then a pirate flag. Yosha means like all right, got it. Ikuzo, let's go. Kaizoku ou ni ore wa naru. I will become pirate king. And now we have the hardest part of this little lecture, because it's the narrator talking and it's always difficult to understand this kind of higher speaking. Mada minu kare no nakama tachi o makikoman to chisai na fune wa umi o yuku. Kakushite oi naru tabi wa hajimatta no da. We start from behind, I think. No da, it's emphasis. Then we have the verb to begin. Then we have here a adjective. Oinaru, like a big, travel, tabi. And kakushite means a really strange word in English. THUS, thus. I had to look it up in my mother language because it sounded so strange. That's how I would say. That's how his, or that's how the big traveling started. And how did it start? We will see in the beginning of the sentence. Mada, not yet. Minu, from to see. In this case, negative, didn't see yet. Kare no, his. Nakamatachi, his companions. Oh, and then we have Maki komanto. Maki komu means to involve. It can mean to drag someone into something or to roll up. Chisaina fune, small boat. Umio, on the sea. O, particle. Yuku, yuku, to move or to go. So I would think he wants to say, without even seeing or knowing the crew that he would drag into or involve, he went on his little ship. That's how this big traveling started out. Do you agree with that? Let me know. And this is it. Unfortunately, we cannot continue with this one, but I will start with the second book, which is also for free available. That's the page, by the way, I read on. And here we have the option to have like a reading for free, the first pages. So I would like to read the second one in 2 weeks. We can check it out for a second. I didn't prepare it, but we can see. We can just check it out how it's built. So we have One Piece, here the title. And then we have here, we had this verb at the last page, to enroll someone, to drag someone into something. So this little kanji here, it literally means roll, like we have like a roll of paper in the ancient times, you know? Maybe you have this visual in your head. So in the verb, it was like maku or maki, but in this case, we can read it like kan or ken. So book 2, Bagi Kaizoku Dan. The last one is a new one, Dan. It's like a troop. So Bagi's pirate troop. And this is it. Wow. This is a lot of text. Story of One Piece. Interesting. Maybe if I reach one day 1,000 subscribers, or maybe 100, I can read this one. This is a lot, but interesting. Maybe really like a anniversary, if I reach a certain amount, or if the feedback is so big that I can do it for you guys and try to read it. But of course we will start here. So the next chapter we will read together will be Daiku wa 9th chapter. Masho no onna. Masho means devilish. This kanji here, if you see this one, which is really odd, it's almost always something negative. Maybe one day I can give you some insight on kanji. Would you like that? Because of my Chinese learning background, I understand a little bit more about reading and understanding kanji without being able to read it. You know what I mean? So this here is almost always something spooky, negative, awkward. So altogether, chapter 9, the devil woman. Daiju wa sakaba no iken. Sakaba is like a bar or a pub. No, possession or describing the next thing, which will be ikken. Ikken means just a matter of or a case. So the case of the bar. Daiju ichi wa 11th one. Hi, so this can mean flight, but also a debacle. So something is getting chaotic. Oh, I think I remember. Now I see the next one, and I think I do remember. Daiju ni wa 12th chapter, Inu, dog. Oh yeah, this is a sad story with the dog. Do you remember? I don't want to spoil. Daiju-san wa takaramono. Takaramono, we have here treasure and then the kanji for a thing. So it actually means a treasure thing, which is a treasure. Next one. Mubou. Mubou is a na adjective and it just means mad or impulsive or thoughtless. Since we have here the exclamation point, maybe we could say how reckless or impulsive. It can also mean scheme. So we have to read it to understand what it means. Okay, gong, we don't have to translate that. Versus, okay, again, buggies, troop or gang. And the last one, kaku. Kaku means position, rank. It can also mean method or style or status. So I think we can read the first or second chapter. I would like to read more, but as I said, it's just the free available tryout of the manga, and I don't want to engage into purchasing and then make it public because I don't know how legal that is. But I think free available things, it's no problem to share with you guys. I really have fun doing that. I'm looking forward to the next one. And as I said, I also think about starting a German project. If you want to leave in the comments below or as a message or whatever, if you would appreciate German lessons, so I could start them in December, let me know. I appreciate it. I also appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing, checking out my other stuff. As I said, many vocabularies are repetitious, so you have to check out the other things to understand. And I see you next week with my Chinese lesson or in 2 weeks with my next Japanese one. Thank you. Bye bye.